Yes, hello. I welcome you, dear geography Yuki learners. Right now, let us have a question with geography which was came in the year 2025 paper 2 geography status. Right now, here we do have a question where the saying study the map of Zambia is showing the compass. This is a map of Zambia. We have the Lake Mwelu, Lake Tanganyika, Lake Bangweulu, and also Lake Kariba. Then now here we have the international airport. Then this shows that these are the towns. Then this shows that it is what you call the waterfall. So A represents what you call the A represents the national park, then B represents the waterfalls, C kindly represents what we call the international airport. So now, according to the first question, they're saying in the space provided below, name the national park A, waterfalls B, and international airport C. So the national park A, from there, the national park which is here, it is called the Liuwa National Park. The Liuwa National Park. So this Liuwa National Park is from the western province, the southwest of Zambia is from the western province. That is what we call this, that is where we find the Lua National Park. And now we are having waterfalls. The waterfalls is called the Lumangwe Falls. That is the waterfalls that is allocated at B. At B we have the waterfalls which is called the Lumangwe Waterfalls. Then now we have the international airport that is on what you call C. So the international airport that is in Chipata, it is called the Chipata International Airport. Are you getting the point here? So the Chipata National Airport is the one that is allocated in Chipata. So according to this, we are going to say, we are going to write the national park, park A. Park A, it is called what you call the Lua National Park. Okay. Then first B, it is called the Lumangwe Falls. So this Lumangwe Falls is where is it based? It's based in Wapura. Inside is Wapura, right? Okay, so it is called the Lumangwe Waterfalls. Okay, then the international airport. I'll just write the answer here. The international airport is called Chipata International Airport. Okay, so that is it. And now we do have, or we are provided with another question. This question does say, how have the people and the country benefit from the protection of the wild animals in the national park area? So, how are the people and also the country benefit in terms of the wild national park area? Okay, so number one, we can talk about conservation of what you call the biodiversity. The conservation of the biodiversity. Why? Because in terms of protecting of animals, helps to maintain the ecosystem balance. You get it, right? Okay, apart from that, we can talk about the cultural values. You have benefited in terms of cultural values in that the wildlife is part of the national heritage and also support for the traditional ceremonies. Are we getting the point here? So number one, I talked about the conservation of the biodiversity and also what you call to maintain cultural values. And now, apart from that, the country and also the people of Zambia have benefited because of employment, right? The national land has the house to take out the opportunity to be employed. Are you getting the point here? So it is part of employment. Apart from that, we can talk about the tourism revenue. The tourism revenue is that the tourists visit some of the places of the world like the world visit Zebra just for tourism. Are you getting the point? They sometimes just visit for tourism purposes. Then apart from that, we can talk about for community development. So for community development, some parks, revenue funds, schools, clinics, and some of the roads in nearby community school, the community resource fund, right? Okay, so I want to talk about tourism, revenue, employment, community development, conservation of biodiversity, and also cultural values. Those are the answers. We have to benefit in those aspects, us as Zambians and also Zambia itself. So, number one, we can talk about tourism revenue. For tourism, we collect tax for, we collect some of the they collect some of the money for those doing tourist attraction. Okay, apart from that, we can talk about employment, the generating of employment to the park rangers. Then apart from that, we can talk about conservation of wildlife. To conserve simply means to safekeep, right? Then apart from that, to ensure cultural norms, values. Okay, apart from that, you can say, since I've said it 5 marks, community development. For community development. For community development. Okay, so they needed only 5. You are required to only give out 5 reasons. Okay, they are saying, what has the government of Zambia done to preserve wildlife? What has the government of Zambia done to preserve wildlife? Okay, so the to number one, allow protection to the area. Number two, point the law enforcement. Number three, make wildlife law. So they have to make laws for the wildlife. Once you kill the wildlife, what happens? You become arrested. Then apart from that, the community involvement. So this community involvement is an introduction of the community national board resource management so that local people benefit from it and also protects the wildlife. So these are the major 4 things which the government of Zambia had to do or had to implement so that the wildlife can be protected. Number one, establishment of protected area. So they have to send those wildlife to the protected area where they can live far from people. Then again, the enforcement of laws. So like the ZAR, they enforce laws, right? And also the DNEW, they enforce laws. So there is what we call the formed law enforcement. The formed law enforcement that was set up by the National Park Wildlife, which is the ZAWA. Then now, they also made wildlife laws, right? In that someone who fails to abide to the laws, what happens is they will prosecute you. Okay, so that is it. And now, apart from that, community involvement. Okay, so these are the 4 things we see the government has to do. Number one, community involvement. Apart from that, they made wildlife, wildlife laws. Apart from that, established, 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 protected areas. Apart from that, we can say form the law enforcement, formed the law enforcement. Okay, so that is the way on how we answer this. Remember, this has been a tutor, Mr. Ivy. Don't forget to like, share, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to have more lessons like this with different optional subjects. Remember, this has been a tutor. We just want to help you getting that distinction and how we answer different questions. I'll be doing history, geography, RE 2044, commerce, principles of accounts, and many more optional subjects. Remember, this has been your tutor, Mr. Arby. Bye bye.